Hello everyone, welcome to the webinar today, Solving Business Challenges with a Cloud-Based Solution. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Welcome everyone, this is me, Michael, and today we aim to address the common challenges that companies, business leaders and people in senior positions are often faced with. And how 3D Experience platform can solve these challenges in a sort of efficient way. We will keep it at the level that is quite general, describe challenges that many companies facing, and we have planned for 15 minutes, and after that we open up for questions from you. But first, an introduction of my colleague Ola.
Thank you, Michael. My name is Ola Claesson. I'm a co-worker with Michael, and my position is to make sure that the customer get the solution that they need, really, in short. So I work at the same office here in Västerås as Michael.
Yeah, so first, Ola, how can a small, medium-sized company compete with larger companies? I mean, the market is often there for the company's products and solutions, but how could they succeed in competing with larger companies with all that resources and all the system solutions that a bigger company have to supporting their business? Of course.
Well, I would say, Michael, that the solution to both of these challenges is the same, and that is to choose a cloud-based system. 3D Experience platform is a cloud-based PLM solution that is managed entirely by Dassault Systèmes. And it's a system solution that works perfectly both for small, medium, and large companies. And that is as the total cost is controlled by the number of users according to a subscription model. And if you're a smaller company, you usually have fewer users than a larger company. And this gives a significantly lower cost with exactly the same strong support as a larger competitor has. As the functions and the methodology in the system, they are based on the same proven and selected industrial processes. And as the solution for a large company is the same as for a smaller one, the difference lies in the cost and the implementation itself. Next slide, please. So the 3D Experience platform is administered entirely by Dassault Systèmes, and the system is cloud-based. And this means that you have no worry about server costs or extra tasks for IT staff or system customization, client installations, or updates. And this is, of course, an equally big advantage for a larger company, maybe even bigger when I think about it. And the solution is also completely platform independent. That means it's giving you access to the system wherever you are and with any PC, Mac, iPad, or even phone that you have available. Also, the system updates take place globally during selected weekends, and it's simultaneously for all users around the world. And that is without your IT department have to be involved in any way. So we have a great understanding of your challenges, as the cost of licenses for an on-premise PLM solution is just the tip of the iceberg. With 3D Experience platform, you have significantly you're able to significantly cut IT costs this way.
Okay, thanks, Ola. And then when it comes to the secure the business for the future, then I mean, how could a company handle investment challenges going forward? I mean, as a company, there is a growth in the short term, but how should the company handle the risks with the investments they need to go forward? Of course, there are alternatives. They could involve a partner to work with, but how could that collaboration then work in an efficient way?
Yeah, you know, the risk of an investment in a PLM system is really minimized with the solution and license model on which 3D Experience platform is based. And software as a service gives you great flexibility, as user license are managed by subscription to the licenses at 3 or 12 month intervals. And I think the advantages here are pretty obvious. You have full control over the periodic costs. And since the system is cloud-based and built on, like I said, ready-made industrial processes, as I mentioned earlier, there is no risk that you will be surprised by any customization that stops working after Windows update, or that a new version of the software requires new expensive servers. So I would say that the costs are fixed and easy to overview. And also with this license model, it's easy to manage temporary peaks by increasing the number of licenses for limited time. And the short training time also allows a new user, such a consultant, to start being productive in no time. And it's also close to your second question, that how can cooperation with one or more external partners work? I mean, these can be subcontractors or consulting firms that need to be a part of the value chain. And as close as possible, of course, to avoid misunderstandings in the form of incorrect design or production on the wrong basis, on the wrong production material. So Dassault has solved this through the possibility of inviting external users to delimit common workspaces in the system. So if both company A and company B are on the 3D Experience platform, you can work with the same files and collaborate and communicate in the same system as the only primary data source. And another fantastic advantage is that if company A invites users from company B to company A's system, company B's users can use their own licenses in company A's system, which is just brilliant, really. And you can see it as inviting external experts to a common project room in R&D's office. And these external experts bring their own tools into the project room. And I have a hard time seeing that it can be more efficient and flexible than that.
Yeah, okay, that sounds really great. With a solution always up to date and at your hands, no matter where you are, actually. But there are also challenges in other parts of a company, for example, within sourcing, purchasing departments. I mean, they order production on the wrong basis. Fortunately, it became very costly and also created a sort of major delays in their project. How can they ensure that it does not happen again? And how, with major delays in the project, how can they actually try to catch up that?
Well, virtually all cases of faulty manufacturing are due to shortcomings in communication and lack of order. So if you completely lack a PDM system, you also lack control over revisions and versions of these components. No matter how cleverly you name your folders in OneDrive or SharePoint and adding a revision letter in the file name, that helps as little as stamping a drawing with the current revision. So costly errors in manufacturing and delays can be eliminated by ensuring that only the current version is available for purchase and production. And keeping the communication in the same system as a data source makes you have a control. And many PDM systems provide audit management, but I mean, the advantages of the 3D Experience platform is that everything is put in context. Purchasing and production, they can elaborate with the design department on a completely different level than before, regardless of where they are in the world. We have communication in the form of notification when releasing new products. We have assigned tasks, project planning, error reporting, and change orders. All these are handled seamlessly in one and the same system. And a complete solution for the entire product lifecycle instead of fragmented environment of different software solutions from different suppliers. I mean, why use zip files, SharePoint, Outlook, MS Teams, and yada yada? Why use those for communication related to products and the manufacturing when you can tear down all the silos and unite everything under one roof? And regarding global challenges, 3D Experience platform responds to it by setting up data centers all around the world that give you access to the same data regardless of whether you are in Dallas, Singapore, or Västerås. And this is therefore included in the solution, and it's not an extra setup or extra cost. This solution is global from day one. And the answer to the challenge of delays, that's really the same. I mean, delays are avoided by keeping all product communication in the same system as straight as possible and ensuring that there are conditions for checking the status of assigned tasks. I mean, let project planning be linked with design, purchasing, production, and other company functions such as sales and aftermarket. And make sure that you're able to report problems in production directly to the designer, directly on the production material, without having to search for the drawings or who is responsible for this particular component. And all this data is in the system, and it's available to anyone with access 24 hours a day worldwide.
Okay, so how could we summarize the way in which 3D Experience platform responds to the challenges that many companies are facing?
Yeah, Michael, I've been talking a lot and I'm probably repeating myself, but I can summarize it with that. I mean, increased competitiveness through a cost-effective licensing model that suits all sizes of companies, regardless of the company's complexity or requirements. It's in the form of a flexible subscription model. And as functions are standardized for the industry and don't need to be tailored, IT costs can be kept to a minimum. As the solution is cloud-based, there are no hidden costs below the surface or below the tip of that iceberg. The partners can easily be invited to work in your system and use their own licenses. So it's full flexibility here too. And this is not only an advantage in terms of costs, it's also an advantage in terms of efficiency, as you keep all development and all communication in the same system on the same data. And finally, Michael, the 3D Experience platform is a complete global PLM solution that gives you instant access to the same data in the same system as all other stakeholders. And no matter what time of day, no matter what type of PC, tablet, or phone you use, and of course, no matter where in the world that you're located. That I would say would summarize our message here.
Okay, thank you very much, Ola.
You're welcome.
I think with that summary, we end the part of the webinar and open up for your questions. And since this webinar is a part of a series, look out for the next webinar, and that will help you more to understand how to get to 3D Experience platform from a user perspective. Okay. Thank you all for the day.
Thank you. See you guys. Bye.